Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Choreo here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I posted my 4 different ways of how you can body roll video, and a few persons were in the comments saying, but my lower back is stiff. How on earth am I going to achieve this fluidity? So I said, all right, I'm going to do a video from my point of view of different ways that you can loosen your stiff lower back. And all you're going to need today is a foam roller. So many different foam rollers are on the market today. This is the one that I have. I will link it below. And my own is pretty neutral. What I really love about the foam roller is that it helps with myofascial release, and it puts a little bit of pressure on different points of your muscles so that it will help you to relax. And the way that I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to roll different parts of my body, and I'm going to do that a few times. Wherever I feel stiffness, I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds, 20 seconds to 30 seconds, however long you can tolerate. It's very important to note that lower back stiffness can be related to many different things. In some cases, it may be nerve related. In other cases, it may be just superficial, so just muscularly related from maybe just underuse of the muscle. Or just no use of the muscle at all. So you just sit down all day and you're not doing nothing. You have a sedentary lifestyle, which is very common nowadays with the advent of technology. Whatever it is that's causing your lower back problems, I just want to clear the air that this is not a medical advisory. This is not supposed to substitute as treatment for any ailments that you might be having. So now, thinking about lower back issues, what you want to think about is the health of the joints of the lower back, as well as the joints that are directly under the joint and above the joint that is giving you that problem. So today what we're going to be doing is some foam rolling for the hips, right? That's below the lower back, and of course for the upper back as well. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to start with the hamstrings. Very easy muscle to find. Well, usually. So the hamstrings are a set of 3 muscles that are underneath here, and they come right down to attaching behind the knee on both sides. So I'm going to start with one leg, and I'm going to roll just 4 times. So up, down, 1, 2, 4. And then what I'm going to encourage you to do is while you're rolling, pay attention to that mind to muscle connection. If you feel like a bump or a particular stiffness in one area more than the other, hold there for about 20 to 30 seconds. Or if you can only tolerate 10 seconds, maybe you may be a little bit sore in the area, hold it as long as you can hold it. That is really to just help to further neutralize, relax the muscle. So here we go. I'm going to start from out here. Do not put any long elongated pressure behind the knee, because there's lots of nerves and blood vessels right behind here. Okay, so I'm going to be focusing on here. Come this muscle belly here, come right down to up here. Okay, and lifting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And already I'm starting to feel a little bit of an area. For me, it's the upper part of my hamstrings. For you, maybe the middle or the top or wherever else. Just let's hold it for about 20 seconds. You can pause the video and hold it a little bit longer if you need to before going over to the other side. And even what you can do too, if it feels uncomfortable to hold your body up, if you're too heavy, you can put the body down but then still put pressure. So there is pressure that I'm pressing down into the foam roller. All right, so you can do that again. So repeat the rolling and then do the hold in another area of the hamstring on that side. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to go to the opposite side, and I'm also going to turn so that you can see as well. So starting from the top, just where my glutes meet the top of the hamstrings. So here we go, 3, 2, and 1. I go here, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to hold right here, the middle of my hamstrings. All right, remember you can pause the video and do that again as many times as you'd like. Now I'm going to go into the side. So there's muscles here, the tensor fasciae lata, that starts from here and it goes down the side of the knee. For many persons, this can also be a problem. And so we're gonna roll that area as well. Same protocol, about 4 rolls, and then hold it wherever you feel that particular stiffness. Be mindful that this can be very uncomfortable for some persons. So listen to your body and modify it to suit you. For some persons, you may need to lift the pressure off of the side because you may be a little bit sensitive. For some persons, more pressure is good. All right, so listen to your body. So I'm just like I started with the hamstring. I'm going to start from the top and I'm going to roll out. So rolling out and down. That's 1. 2. Get it right up to the side. And again, 3. Trying to get it all the way down to the sides. Down. I'm going to position this a little bit more down so I don't go off camera. And then 4. And right away for me, it may be, it's right here is where I'm feeling that stiffness, almost like a little bit of a knot in the muscle. So I'm going to hold here for 20 seconds. And sometimes, just like with a massage, a kneading massage, you can actually just kind of rock little by little if it feels good. If it doesn't, just hold it, just stay steady. And then the rocks are not big, it's just really like an itch, right? And I'm gonna go to the opposite side. Same thing. So here we go. In 3. Ooh, come down. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, 1. And you try to get down to the extent of that muscle. Sometimes a little challenging. 2. Right to the hip. 3. And 4. The same thing on this side for me. It's just about the center or lower part of this muscle here. It's on the side. A little bit of a rock. Ooh. Listen to your body. It shouldn't be painful. It should feel like there's a knot. Like there's a knot and you're just trying to rub it so it feels a little better. So there shouldn't be any pain. And rest. As usual, pause the video if you need it a bit longer. And now, babies, I'm going to move into those pesky hip flexors, which help to flex the leg up. These are the quadriceps and of the psoas major as well that attach right in here. If you sit all day, these can be pretty pesky, right? They get very stiff and these can cause you to have very crunchy body and it can cause problems with the lower back as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put, and everybody has different level of flexibility, all right? So adjust to suit you. But the aim is to get that roller rolling up and down the leg, up and down, all right? So here we go. Try it and adjust the body as needed. So I'm starting from the butt, from the top of this muscle. 3, 2, 1, going. All the way down. 1, 2, and let me come back down. I don't want to be out of camera. 3, and 4. I'm gonna go to the middle of these muscles in my thigh because that's where I'm feeling the most pressure. I'm gonna do some gentle, very subtle rocks here before I hold it steady for about 20 seconds. And moving to the opposite side. Now, if it is that I had mentioned before, but you can do rolls, more rolls than just the 4, okay? This is really like a massage you're giving to your body. All right, babes, so here we go. Starting from the lower part or the upper part of the leg, and we go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. For me on this side, it's right at the top of the hip, so I'm gonna hold right there, give it a little teeny bit of a rock in place, massaging, kneading into that muscle, and hold it there. All right, and now moving on. This one can be a little bit tricky, so we're going to be doing a groin stretch, so we rolling out the muscles on the inside of the thigh. Now for persons who may be particularly sensitive in this area, or if you're afraid of getting bumps, friction bumps, or darkening of the skin, if you've been working to lighten the skin in between the thighs, you don't want to add any more friction, then wear a long tights and see if that can help to offset some of the discomfort. All right, so all I do here is put it down here, and then I'm gonna roll out, and you want to roll with it because not everybody has that flexibility just to do a big pancake split. So all you do is from here, roll out and in. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Adjust if you need to. That's 4. And then for me, the middle of these adductors, these groin muscles, the adductors, that's where I'm feeling most tension. So I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to go to the opposite side. We're doing the same thing. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. Out. Ooh. And in. That's 1. 2. 3. Adjust if needed. And 4. And for me on this side, it's deep in the hip. It's actually up some more in the hip, the top of that hip, not on my punani, but the top of this hip that I'm feeling that discomfort. And so I'm going to hold it there for a little bit. You can rock a teeny bit, but not too much. Deep in here, right in the crevice here, you want to be careful as well because there are blood vessels, and if you feel there's even like a pulse inside there that you want to be very careful of, so you don't want to put too much pressure. So this is actually right at this part of the muscle, not deep in here, right here. Okay, now if you're like me, one of the main reasons I got the foam roller was because of the benefits that come from rolling my back. Baby girl, if I've been sitting all day around my computer editing these YouTube videos, trust and believe, when I get onto this mat and I roll my back, baby, my back sounds like Rice Krispies. Pop, crackle, push, pop, clap. If you hear some right now, girl, So I'm going to start from my lower back. And it's very important that you listen to your body. If this is overwhelming, don't do it. All right. For some persons, just being right here can be helpful, and you just kind of rock a little bit. Okay. And then you put it at different points of the back, mid back. It was just at my lower back, so now mid back. And then you put it up a little bit higher, so you have the upper back. I'm going to start at my lower back, and then I'm going to roll it all the way up to my upper back. All right. So here we go. From here, I'm going to pull myself that way. So I go down, gentle, 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 right below the neck, and then I reverse it. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that. Crack, crack, girl, Rice Krispies. And then I pull myself back down. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll separate my scapula, which are the shoulder blades, those big flat bones on your back. When I separate my scapula, I'm able to get that roller up slightly behind the scapula. So again, from the upper back, going down to the lower back, we go here. And coming down. That's one. That's two. And this really does engage your core. So you can modify this. If your core isn't very strong, you can modify this. Maybe you have to do parts of the back, so half the back and then full back. 3. And 4. And the problem areas for me right now is my mid back to just a little bit in my thoracic region. So you have lumbar, which is your lower back. You have thoracic, which is up here, right? And then cervical, which is your neck, right? So a little bit in the mid back, the thoracic region. So lower back to thoracic region is where I have my most problems right now. For you, maybe it's upper, right? And for other persons, it may be somewhere else. So you hold it just like we did with all the other areas. So let's get it. So from here, I roll. And you feel free to wiggle around. Sometimes moving from side to side actually helps to loosen up that thin layer of fascia on the muscles. And that fascia, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, is like a thin, clear connective tissue over the muscles. So if you've ever cleaned chicken and you pull a clear, you peel off the skin and there's like a clear layer, that's the fascia, right? That connective tissue. Sometimes that can cause you to get very stiff, not just muscles, but that can cause you to get very stiff as well. Granted, there are no other issues, no nervous issues, no muscle damage, and so on. Okay. All right. And then I go up and down again. Trust me, this is my favorite. This is my favorite to roll out. Yeah. And then sometimes what you can do, you can kind of twist a little bit so you get more of the back, a little bit more into the latissimus dorsi, or the side of the latissimus dorsi. You can go to the other side. It really comes down to what it is that you're feeling in your body, right? This is delicious. And if you don't have access to a masseuse or a physio, then this can be really helpful. I don't roll the belly. There's just a lot of vital organs right down here. I don't roll underneath my shoulder. I don't roll behind my knee. So those are sensitive spots that you want to be careful of. I do hope that this was helpful for you in relieving your lower back stiffness. All right, ladies. If you've been enjoying my tutorials thus far and you want to join me live, feel free to click the link in the caption or the link right here. I have live sessions that are going to be starting or resuming in January 6th to January 31st. What I do is I run challenges, babes. So the next one is going to be a boot camp focused on weight loss. So it's going to be run Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 6 to 7 Jamaican time. If you are interested in joining that, you can come through. It's an hour each session. And then on Fridays, persons who sign up for the full program, whether you're my one-to-one client or you're my group client, then you have full access to the dance classes, which are open to persons who pay for dance-only packages. So if you've been watching and you're enjoying what you're seeing, come through and join CrossFit community. We are not just about working out, it's a community of women supporting women.